Hi, welcome to not quite a homestead or a survival channel. So where did I leave off? So yesterday we were trying to push these containers with the tractor, and I got to a point where I was just gonna settle with making the two containers parallel. I slept on it, and I might take that back. I think I have a chance of squaring them up perfectly or close to perfect by putting some boards under the container and then pulling or pushing with the tractor or the 4x4. But before I do that, I wanted to just set up this string kind of semi-permanently, because I just don't want it coming loose and having to do it over again. So plan is to just get them in somewhat permanently, and then they'll just stay there until I get tired of them, or they just come out naturally or get cut or whatever. So you think this should be pretty easy, but nothing ever is. So I got stakes like that, and I'm basically putting it at about a 45 degree angle, tying one string there, tying one string there. I've measured the strings. They're within, I would say, quarter of an inch in length of each other. Okay, the problem I'm running into is that the soil that I have here is super rocky. So over here, I've tried to drive. I also have a lot of ants. I tried to drive it in, and then I couldn't. So I started digging, and then those rocks came out. And the idea is I'm gonna fill this with dirt with less rocks in it, then stick it in. So I've ordered a soil sifter to make that job easier. But like everything else around here, I found around here is that if you plan to do something in a certain time frame, you gotta kind of double, triple, quadruple the estimate, because okay, you can order something where I used to live, and then it'll get delivered next day. Here I've been finding 3-4 days. 4 days is more the norm. The dirt sifter I'm ordering, it's gonna take a week. Today's a Monday, it's coming next Monday. For now, I'm just gonna try to take a shovel, dig up some dirt, then I'll take out as much rocks as possible using just a shovel or whatever I have. Get some dirt, I don't need a whole lot, fill it in, drive the stake in. Then finally, I guess I'll have my square. Then I can think about how to move these containers again. I have thought of some other options, I could tie them to bricks or rocks or something like that. It's kind of amazing the amount of weight you need in order to keep these lines not moving. So I don't really want to, and I don't want these rocks that might trip over and whatever. So the other issue with that would be I don't want to move this container anymore. So I'm basically squaring everything off based on this one container. And back there, it's kind of hard to throw enough rocks there to keep the strings stabilized. So anyways, I'm not doing the rocks. Another thing I thought of was I could take a big steel bar and just drive it into the ground. I mean, that could be an option still, if this dirt thing turns out to be too much of a pain. And I think one other option I could do is I could do a drill. I have a masonry bit, and I'll just drill a hole, stick the stake in. Then I don't need as much filled dirt to fill around the stake. So I might actually try that first. We'll see. Alright, so the dirt and digging technique worked out pretty well. Other than for the fact it's kind of hard to do with just like 1.5 hands. But that's really for everything. So this one is, I guess it's tight enough and straight enough through this piece of rock in there so the stake doesn't want to come inward. I tamped the dirt down with that hand tamper. I just need to do 2 more corners because that corner I was able to drive it in without any digging.